All right. Good day, everyone. Um, this is a paper presentation at the seventh ASCET International Multidisciplinary Academic Conference 2024, held on 17 February 2024 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The topic for this paper is Effect of Leadership Styles on Gen Z Work Performance and Empirical Analysis, presented by Olanrewaju Kazeem Ogunsola. There are other authors to this paper, apart from myself, Olanrewaju Kazeem Ogunsola. Other authors include Kareem Abidemi Arikeoyo and Vera Ese Ekwebe. The presentation outline. I start with the abstracts, the literature review, methodology, results and finding, conclusion, and contribution. For the purpose of this paper, the main purpose of this paper is to examine the relationship between leadership styles and Gen Z workforce performance. In the literature review, there are several definitions for leadership. I want to streamline myself to this particular definition, which defines leadership as the ability to impress the will of the leader on those led and to induce obedience, respect, loyalty, and cooperation in the subordinates. The other definition also, according to Bowman, Bowman contends that individual ability to display leadership qualities is influenced not just by his personal characteristics and skills, but also by the circumstance and atmosphere in which he or she finds himself. The atmosphere the leader finds himself now is that they have to relate with what? The Gen Z cohorts. Literature continuum. There are different types of leadership styles. However, this paper limits itself to transformational leadership, transactional leadership, and laissez-faire leadership style. Transformational leadership, transactional, and what? Laissez-faire leadership. What is transformational leadership? This style stimulates subordinates to see beyond self-interest by changing their confidence and interest to perform beyond what organizational goals. How about transactional leadership? This style is basically hinged on an exchange process through which the leader makes available rewards for the subordinates in return for their efforts to accomplish the set goals of the department as well as that of the organizational performance. How about laissez-faire leadership? It's a French phrase which means let it be, and also known as the hands-off leadership. This is a leadership style in which the leader has a carefree attitude when it comes to what taking decision. That is, it allows the followers to take what their own decision. One. Now, what are the Gen Z cohorts? This is the generation born from mid 1990s to early 2010 when the internet had just achieved widespread use. That is, mid 1990s to early what? 2010. Precisely, some scholars will say 1997 to 2012. Hence, they are called what? The digital natives. What are some of the characteristics of Gen Z cohort? Most of their daily activities rely on what? Technology. Also, they expect to have different job roles and flexibility. Flexibility in the sense that they need minimal direction, and this cohort they wish to figure out things themselves. That is the DIY syndrome, the do-it-yourself work syndrome. So for these individuals who want to do things themselves, we say which leadership style actually suits them. That's what this particular study is looking at. As a result of that, the hypotheses for this particular studies are three. The very first one is transformational leadership style relates significantly positive with Gen Z work performance. Second hypothesis, transactional leadership style relates significantly positive with Gen Z work performance. Thirdly, the third hypothesis is that fair leadership style relates what? Significantly positive with Gen Z work performance. Now, the methodology of the study. The study is conducted in the Abeokuta area of Ogun State, Nigeria, With a convenient sampling of 100 private secondary schools in that area, given a sample frame, about 1,300 employees work in these 100 private secondary schools. However, with disproportionate stratified random sampling using Cochrane 1977 sample size emission method, 296 sample size was being achieved. However, from the total 296 sample size, when questionnaire was being distributed to this sample size, 8 declined responses, while 9 invalid responses were recorded. So in the long run, 279 data were being analyzed. One. This is the questionnaire item characteristics. We have four constructs: transformational, transactional, user-fed leadership style are all what? Independent variable. Why dependent variable is Gen Z performance. These are transformational leadership was made up with 7 items, transactional with 6 items, user-fed with 6 items, Gen Z perform with what 7 items. Getting the profile alpha of this questionnaire item, there is a value of 0.906. Given the threshold, the alpha value that is above 0.7, this indicates that the alpha value had good internal consistency. Invariably, in essence, it shows that the questionnaire item actually measures what they intend to measure because the alpha value is above what? The threshold of 0.7. Now moving on the psychometric validation. The psychometric validation was done. The construct reliability met the threshold, which is supported. Also, the convergent and the convergent and discriminant validity equally met the threshold, and this also is supported. Then we have the measurement model was done at the CFA, while the structural model was also done. This is the structural model. The proposed structural model was assessed through established GOF indices, while specified hypotheses were tested using SEM. Findings shows that the confirmatory factor analysis reduced the measurement model to 20 items. In addition, the structural model showed GOF indices of the norm chi-square to be 0.642, and this value is what within the threshold, while also the RMCR 0.053 is also within the threshold, which shows that this is supported. The TLI is 0.901, while the CFI is 0.907, all within the what? The threshold value and statistical value of GOF indices, which shows that the structural model is what is valid and is supported. Having looked at structural model, CM hypothesis testing revealed that transformation leadership style do not only have positive path estimate, but also establish practical and statistically significant relationship with what Gen Z workforce. Contrary to previous research, laissez-faire leadership style was found to be positive, as we can see here, and significant with what, as you can see, with the Gen Z performance. This style makes Gen Z feel respected and empowered. However, the second hypothesis, which is the transactional leadership style, reported a different outcome. The transactional leadership style was found to be positive, yes, but its part estimate was not what? It was not practical and statistically significant. The part estimate is 0.7, while the p-value is 0.12, which is not what? Is not significant with Gen Z workforce. Thus, we have two out of the three hypotheses being what? Being accepted. In conclusion, of this part, it is being concluded that Gen Z individuals often respond well to transformational leaders who inspire and what motivates them. They are likely, they are also these individuals, that is Gen Z individuals, are likely to cooperate with these fair leaders due to the autonomy they make them, due to the autonomy to make their own personal decision. Employee autonomy have been known to create sense of belonging and lead to what creativity and being an innovation within the individual. However, transaction leadership style of rewarding performance is not out of place because it is positive, it's just that it is not statistically and practically significant. Gen Z do not subscribe to the idea of leaders trading their effort for a reward. More so, they don't favor leadership style that focuses on short-term goals as does by transactional leaders. The contribution of the study. Theoretically, the study outcome addressed some equivocal issues in leadership literature. Theoretically, it extends body of knowledge on empirical linkage between leadership style and the digital native, that is the Gen Z. In terms of policy, the paper impliedly suggests to CEOs, HR, or management experts on formulating and implementing policies that will motivate, inspire, and retain Gen Z in their organization. Practically, the paper is the established relationship between laissez-faire leadership style and Gen Z cohort suggests that Gen Z can practically come on board with their ideas and work as ally with their leaders towards achieving the overall organizational goals. These are the three contributions of the paper to, to theory, to policy, and to practice. Yeah, there are limitations for the studies. The study is only conducted in the Abeokuta area of Ogun State. Studies can be conducted in other areas to actually confirm the outcome of this particular study. This study is also cross-sectional in the sense that data were collected just once, and only three leadership styles were being examined, where there are several other leadership styles that could be examined to generate workforce performance. Future studies. Yeah, for future study, the hypothesis specified on transaction leadership was positive but not significant. So it means that researcher may examine the possibility of including a mediator or moderator such as spiritual intelligence to substantiate this leadership style. Thank you. I appreciate your audience.